These right here, these are the easiest way to get some free money, free travel, and potentially save hundreds of thousands of dollars on buying a house. Yeah, and if you don't believe me, keep watching. Who exactly I am and how I got here. My name is John, and this is a channel I dedicate to bringing you all of life's personal finance cheat codes. Hey folks, and welcome back. For those new, my name is John of John's Finance Tips on TikTok and Instagram. And this is my YouTube channel in which I dedicate to bringing you all of life's personal finance cheat codes in longer than 60-second segment. Now in today's video, if you're interested in free money, free travel, or how you could save tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest payments, then you're at the right place, because today we're talking about the best beginner credit cards. Now, the reason you would want a beginner credit card is to start building a credit profile. With a strong credit profile, you can qualify for better cards and you're gonna get a better credit score. And with those things, you can get free money in the form of cashback or travel for free to places like the Maldives, or save tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest payments because you have a stronger credit score. So I guess though that begs the question, where do we start? Well, you're looking at it. I'm kidding. In all seriousness though, please tap that thumb icon to help spread the good word, and we're gonna go ahead and dive right in. So, top 5 beginner credit cards of 2022. Now, there's one thing that I want you to keep in mind, and it's very important for this entire video, and that is none of these cards are giving you all of the different bells and whistles you see across all of my other videos. Namely, these cards are not going to be giving you 100,000 point sign-up bonuses. They're not getting you into airline lounges. They're not giving you TSA pre-check, and that's okay, because these are meant to be beginner credit cards. The most important thing that these cards will teach you is how to effectively and efficiently manage a credit card, namely making payments on time and in full, understanding what a statement cycle is versus a billing cycle, right? These cards are not complicated, and that is exactly why I love them as beginner cards. You don't have to worry about making sure you get the maximum benefit out of these cards because they're very, very simple and straightforward. So keep that in mind. This is not a bells and whistles type of credit card review. We're talking foundational basics, because once you have the foundation basics, then you can do what I do, right? You wanna fly for free international business and first class? You can do it. You can get the right cards and do it. You wanna open up a couple cards because whatever, you're looking for a ton of points, you can do that as well. However, these cards, they are the base layer foundations. Remember, we have to crawl, walk, before we can run. So as it comes to foundational building blocks, here are the 3 most key components of a beginner credit card. All good beginner cards have to have this. 1, no annual fee. 2, some form of a cashback earnings that's better than 1%. And number 3, some form of a sign-up bonus. All of that being said, let's dive into this list. And if you're interested in any of the cards I mentioned, I'm gonna leave a link below in that description box. Oh, and one more thing. This list isn't in any particular order. I will definitely call out cards I believe are a little bit more valuable than others, but these are my top 5 beginner credit cards of 2022. The first card on the list is the Discover It. This is a perennial favorite of mine. Discover It is a card that I have had since college. Currently, the sign-up bonus for the Discover It is a double of your cashback earnings in the first year. What this means is the typical earnings for Discover It is 5% across rotating categories. However, in the first year, because of the sign-up bonus, it's effectively 10%, which is crazy. The earnings for the Discover It are 5% across rotating categories every different quarter. This quarter, it's 5% on gas purchases. Next quarter, it's restaurants and PayPal. And in the 4th quarter, it's at Amazon.com and digital wallets. Remember, this is doubled in year 1, so effectively it's 10% across all of those categories for the first year. The benefits of the Discover It include no foreign transaction fees, and it also gives you a free FICO report every single month so you can actually track where your score is, which is very critical for those that are just starting out. You want to kind of see a little bit of progress as your score ticks up. Personally for me, the Discover It is such a no-brainer recommendation because I at least think anecdotally is one of the easier cards to get qualified for. And again, it was my very first card in college, and so I think it's a great one for anyone looking to start out getting their first beginner card. Next up, we have the Citi Custom Cash. The sign-up bonus for the Citi Custom Cash are $200 after spending $750 in the first 3 months. What that basically means is you get an automatic $200 discount if you're spending $750 in the next 3 months. The earnings for the Citi Custom Cash are what make this card particularly unique and one that I highly recommend. So the Citi Custom Cash will earn you 5% cash back on the highest spend category, basically of your choice or your spending habit in that particular month. Meaning you don't actually have to go and pick, okay, this category this month, this category next month. No, you literally take the Citi Custom Cash and spend it how you will. If in one particular month you're traveling a lot, you're spending a lot on gas, you're likely gonna get 5% cash back on gas. If in another month you're spending a lot on restaurants, then you're gonna get 5% cash back on restaurants. I think that's the most unique because, I mean, for me at least, my spending does tend to fluctuate month over month, quarter over quarter, and so not having to be locked into one is amazing. And also, unlike cards that do a 5% rotating category, I don't have to think about maximizing all of my spend in that one quarter for this one particular type of spend. The Citi Custom Cash, you just swipe it, it's dynamic, it's adaptive, and you earn the 5% cashback bonus. As far as benefits for the Citi Custom Cash, there aren't a whole ton. Similar to Discover It, you're gonna be able to get a free FICO score every single month. What I like about the Citi Custom Cash is that it helps you build into the higher tier Citi cards, like the Citi Premier or the Citi Prestige, and the thank you points that you earn on the Custom Cash can be pooled into those cards and then transferred to airline partners. And that is where you tend to get the most bang for your buck, is when you take these cashback points, or rather I guess Citi thank you points, and transfer them to an airline partner, and you book for an international business or first class flight. Next card up is the Capital One Quicksilver, a sign-up bonus of $200 after spending $500 in the first 3 months. So similar to the Citi Custom Cash, you spend some money, get some free money back, but unlike the Citi Custom Cash, you have to spend a lower threshold, $500, to get $200 back. As far as earnings for this card, very straightforward. 1.5% cash back on everything. However, compared to some of the other cards, that might be a little bit lower, though again, you don't have to think about categories or quarters or none of that. It's just spend the card, get a 1.5% discount across everything. Some of the benefits for the Capital One Quicksilver include things like no foreign transaction fee, which is incredible. And I know Discover doesn't have a foreign transaction fee, but it is part of the Discover network, which might be less frequently accepted abroad, whereas the Capital One Quicksilver is in the Visa network, very likely to be accepted abroad. In addition, you could even get concierge service for a card with no annual fee. That's pretty incredible, as well as things like extended warranty. Now, Capital One I think is a great place to start because similar to Discover, I think their barrier to get accepted is a little bit lower than some of the other cards. In addition, this is a bonus segment. What I love about Capital One generally as a company is they are investing heavily into the credit card space. What I mean by that is the Capital One cards are some of the most valuable at the top tier level. So again, I know this is a beginner video. However, if I were thinking about it strategically, I would say Capital One Quicksilver, great entry level card. And then as I have my eyes on the Capital One Venture X, which is, in my opinion, the hottest and best top tier luxury travel card of 2022. In fact, you could almost argue that it's better than the Capital One Quicksilver because the Capital One Venture X gives you back $5 in the first year. I know I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but again, right as we think about credit card strategy and what bank you want to build a relationship with, you want to think about what are their mid-tier cards and top-tier cards. It's not just get the base level and that's it, right? No, this is the foundation and we want to scale up. So Capital One Quicksilver, amazing beginner card, and the Capital One Venture X is the best top tier luxury card of 2022. Again, bonus, link below if you're interested. Next up, the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards Card. This card comes with a $200 sign-up bonus after spending $1,000 in the first 3 months. What's unique about this card from an earnings perspective is you can actually pick the category you want to apply the 3% cashback earnings to. So what's great about it is you can just lock in for gas. Unlike the other ones where you're thinking about, okay, am I spending the most at gas? This you can actually just lock in at 3% for the gas category or the restaurant category or any of the broad categories that are listed on the Bank of America website. Bank of America doesn't get a whole ton of love from me because I personally don't use a lot of their general credit cards. However, I think it's still beneficial to have a banking relationship with Bank of America because one of their most valuable cards is actually the Bank of America Alaska Airlines card. That is the card, and I link it up here in this video, that I used to fly a $20,000 first class flight for less than $57. Think about that. Instead of spending 20 grand, I spent 57 bucks, and I used a Bank of America Alaska Airlines card to get Alaska Airlines miles, transferred it to Cathay Pacific, and took that first class flight. And keep in mind, all of that is a result of building a foundation, knowing how to use my beginner cards, and then scaling up and getting very specific with an airline-specific card. And to round out the list of top 5 beginner credit cards of 2022, your Chase Freedom Flex right now comes with a $200 sign-up bonus after spending $500 in the first 3 months. And it also gives you a 5% cashback bonus on gas station spending in the first year, up to $6,000. The earnings for the Chase Freedom Flex include 5% cashback on rotating categories every single month, similar to the Discover, a 5% cashback on travel through the Chase Travel Portal, 3% cashback on dining, and 3% on drugstores. And the top benefit of the Chase Freedom Flex is getting pulled into the Chase ecosystem. Earlier, I mentioned that there's a Capital One ecosystem. There's also a Citi ecosystem. I think the Chase ecosystem, though, is the most valuable, period. I know people are gonna come and argue, oh, but what about the Amex trifecta and the various other trifectas? I personally still hold true and strong to Chase. And what I basically mean by that is you can get cards like the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve, or you could pair this with the Chase Ink cards on the business side. Therefore, the earnings from all of these cards are able to stack, and you're able to extract even more value. Now, that's a very advanced level strategy. We're not gonna get into that in this video, but again, let's start thinking strategically. What is the card that we're gonna get 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 2 years from now? And again, remember, a lot of these bonuses can also be recycled. So you could technically get this card again in 24 months. Anyway, this is the Chase Freedom Flex, one of my top recommended beginner cards. However, what you have to keep in mind with Chase, they are a little bit harder to get approved for on first application, or if your credit profile is thin. So if at first you don't get the Chase Freedom Flex, don't worry, you can always call for a recon or get another one of the beginner cards and get this as your second beginner card, and at which point you should be good to get a mid-tier or luxury card after about, I would say, 9 to 12 months. And that's it, my top 5 beginner cards of 2022. Now, I hope you saw in this video though, there's a lot of thinking, even at the foundational level, of what your next card is. Because again, these cards are really meant to begin and start and really learn the ropes of how exactly you want to manage your credit cards. But I'm sure, like me, you're probably thinking, okay, but how do I get into that airport lounge? Or okay, how do I get that 100,000 point sign-up bonus? To get that, you want to make sure you get the right foundational card, and then you have your eyes on that next tier card. As always, folks, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. All the cards I talked about are in the description box, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace!